Hey everyone, so in this week's episode of Make It with Calvin, I'm going to be giving you my opinion on this Geeetech wash and cure station and things that I think are strengths and things that I think are weaknesses about it. So let's dive in. Now, as a lot of you know, I generally do not do resin printing, but recently I've decided to get back into it a little bit for producing small one-off detail items for my model train prints myself. And Geeetech was nice enough to contact me and say, hey, do you want to give our new wash cure station a try and give us some user feedback on it? And I said, sure, I'd love to do that. I've always wanted to have one, never used one before, and why not? So this actually works better than I thought it would. For a long time, I thought it was perfectly fine to stick some prints in a container of alcohol, either let them sit or just swirl it around by hand for a few minutes and call it done. And generally speaking, that gets the job done, but it doesn't work as well as agitating the liquid, as I've figured out. There would definitely be times where I'd be working on things and holes or whatnot would not get the resin taken out of them, and then it would get cured in there and it'd be a mess. And anybody who's done resin printing will understand exactly what I mean. Let's get into the operation of this machine. It's relatively simple. You have the little knob here which you can turn. And one thing I will say about the knob is a little bit of movement will get you a lot of time on the dial. This is a built-in feature, which is, I feel, both a blessing and a curse, but it is nice if you want to quickly dial up a long time. Although, as you just saw, it is a little bit annoying after you don't touch it for a second. The screen seems to clear out, but then if I touch the knob again, it comes back. But it's still relatively simple to dial in a time. It is a little bit hard to get it to land perfectly on, say, 5 minutes in this case, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. There sadly is no memory in this, though, which is really kind of frustrating. Mostly just because of the fact that it'd be nice to go from the rinsing mode to the curing mode and have it remember your previously saved settings. That would be really, really nice, especially on a machine at the price point that they're asking. But I feel like that's something that could be probably taken care of in firmware, and then just, you know, make it, they'll hold down the button for a couple of seconds or whatever mode. That being said, though, the wash cycle is pretty nice. It will run for 1 minute going one way, then it takes about 10 seconds for it to stop and change direction, and then it starts spinning back the other way, and then it does that until that remaining minute is up, and then it reverses the process. So this is nice because it will clean the parts going one way, and then it will reverse the direction, cleaning the parts going the other way. So it makes sure that if there's certain features that were not hit with the fluid going one direction, they will get hit with it going the other way. That is really nice, especially when I'm printing up train parts that have really long and tiny holes in the middle. It was able to clean those out with absolutely no problem using probably about 50 to 75% strength industrial alcohol. Now, when your cleaning cycle is done, you can pull the lid off and you can pull the cleaning bucket and basket out, and then you can drop the little curing tray on here. And one thing that is a little bit annoying as well is the slop in the tray. It hasn't caused me any issues, but again, it's a little picky when it comes to quality on things, but at the same time, it's probably an easy fix with just a little 3D printed ring at the bottom. Nice thing is there is a strip of LEDs here, and there's a strip of LEDs here, so this ensures that the underside or inside of your print will get cured, as well as the outside, which is nice because there's always those prints where there's areas that overhangs or things that normally would not get hit, and this ensures that they get the appropriate exposure. So all that being said, I still have to say, though, I am pretty impressed with the machine, although I do wish that there was a memory function built into the base and there was the ability to have the sensitivity on the knob a little bit less. One other thing that's really nice is you'll notice the screen keeps flashing back and forth between these, and that's because there is a sensor at the back, which I've tripped with my hand, that detects if the lid is off. Now this is a really nice safety feature, especially when you're curing things, but also when you're washing things, because you don't want the spray and the fumes and all that stuff getting out. Now, one word of warning to people I will say before I end the video is when it comes to the agitator inside, this is magnetically coupled to the base, which is very nice, but this is made from aluminum. So if you want to run a non-alcohol based cleaner, make 125% sure it is compatible with aluminum. I do know for a fact that Simple Green and Mean Green, which are two very popular cleaning solutions, are not aluminum compatible, and you will pretty much destroy the impeller and cause a bunch of issues. So keep that in mind. That's not to say that you could not make something yourself to put in there, but I'm saying as it sits now, it is not compatible with those cleaners, but that's not a knock on the product at all. That's just more of a word of warning. So to conclude the video, I think I'll include some footage of me using this to clean off my absolutely filthy train model, and I'll see you guys here next time on Make It With Calvin.